Welcome to Jekyll Brand Outlet. You're satisfied is our opportunity. Jekylls are the first choice for stylish. Fashion is the armor to survive the reality of everyday life. So what are you waiting for? Come and get your own clothes now. At Jekyll Brand Outlet, you will be not disappointed. Trust me. A manager of Jekyll Brand Outlet was stationed for a few weeks. He entrusted their subordinates to handle his boutique. After finishing his duty, he got report about the progress of the boutique sales. Jekyll's Brand Outlet actually just not sells their product only, but also sells vendor product, which is hijabista. Hi everyone, how are you today? Good to hear that. Sorry for being late everyone, because I have a few issues out there.
It's okay, sir. Never mind.
Thank you for joining this meeting. Hope everyone feels comfortable right now. So since I went out station, any update about our boutique, Awanis?
Until you come back, there is nothing serious happening. Everything went well.
Okay, good Awanis. First of most, congratulations for your achievement guys. For your information, this month we have already achieved the sales 200,000 ringgit. Really proud of you guys.
Thank you, boss.
We will maintain this passion until the end.
Wait, where is the other two subordinates?
Fortunately, sir, they have been a close contact for a patient of COVID-19. They've also tested their result and it is positive.
Wow, feel pity to hear that.
But don't worry, sir. They still join us in this meeting
Where?
through Google Meet.
Before that, you have already noticed that instead of selling our brand, we also selling vendor product, which is hijabista. I hope that there are no big significant difference between the main of our brand and also the vendor brand, which is hijabista. It is due to the fact that our company's vision is to ensure that Jekyll's brand be the top brand of our country. The sampling distribution of the difference between two means show the distribution of means of two samples drawn from the two independent population, such that the difference between the population means can possibly be evaluated by the difference between the sample means. You know what is the importance of using a sampling distribution? Yes. Since population are typically largest in size, it is important to use a sampling distribution so that you can randomly select a subset of entire population. Doing so helps eliminate variability when you are doing research or gathering statistical data. It means that sampling distribution is a statistic that determines the probability of an event based on data from a small group within the largest population. Its probably purpose is to establish representative results of small sample of a comparatively largest population. Besides, we can calculate the means and standard deviation for the sampling distribution of the difference in sample means, and we can tell if the shape of the sampling distribution is approximately normal. I hope that our brand also sells as expected. Now can anyone from you guys convincing me that my expectation is true and your report to me is valid?
Sure, sir. I'll come up with my explanation distribution. First of all, good morning everyone. I'm Awanis, one of the important person who are in charge related to Jekyll's product. So as you can see, I had to collect the data for past few weeks to see the amount spent of 100 customers for Jekyll's brand. So there was 27 of customers who spent around 240 ringgit to 260 ringgit for Jekyll's brand, followed by 22 numbers of customers who spent around 210 to 239 ringgit Malaysia, which is a good thing. For this month until today, Jekyll's product are getting more attention and demand from customers. So me and my team will ensure that the sale for Jekyll's product increase consistently. Thank you, sir.
Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nur Awanis binti Muhammad Tamjiz with ID number 20227983885. So today I will explain more details about Jekyll's data by using Excel. Did you know what Excel is? Excel is one of the software that makes the calculation much easier. Or we can use Excel to insert all the data by using number. And today, I will teach you how to calculate mean, variance, and standard deviation by using Excel and make your calculation much easier and faster. So without further ado, let's start to find mean. Oh wait, before we want to find mean, variance, and standard deviation, I would like to tell you that if we want to calculate all the things, we need to have a complete data or a complete table like I show you on this screen. So on this screen, we have number of customers as F, midpoint as X, Fx and Fx squared, and we have to find the total number for F, Fx and Fx squared to make your calculation much easier. Did you get it? Good. Okay, firstly, we want to find mean. As you can see, the formula for mean is summation of Fx over summation of F. It's really easy, don't worry, I will teach you. It's really easy, it's very straightforward. You just simply insert equal, open parentheses, click on the summation of Fx over summation of F and close parentheses, enter. And we have the mean for Jekyll's brand is 233.8. Next, we want to find for variance. As you can see, the formula for variance is summation of Fx squared over summation of F minus summation of Fx over summation of F all squared. You might be worried because the calculation might be complex. No, it's really easy. Same goes as mean, you just simply put equal, open parentheses. Oh yeah, for any calculation, we need to insert equal sign because it shows that we want to calculate something. Okay? So equal, open parentheses, click on the summation of Fx over summation of F, and close parentheses, and minus, open parentheses again, and click on the total number for mean. Right. And we have 2046.51 for variance for Jekyll's brand. So until now, did you still understand or you have any question? Please let me know, okay? And finally, we want to find for standard deviation. Yeah, as you can see, the formula for standard deviation, its same goes to variance, but we just need to square root all the formula. So how to find standard deviation because we don't have square root formula in our keyboard? It's really easy. It's much easier than how we want to find variance. So we simply put equal sign, open parentheses, let's type SQRT, which means square root, alright? Double click and click again on the variance, close parentheses and close parentheses again. Enter, and we have 45.238 for standard deviation for Jekyll's brand. So, how is that? It's really easy to use Excel, right? Excel really helps you to cut your times. As a student, we need to imply this in our studies because it really helps us to cut our times for the calculation. I strongly believe that this software really helps us to do any calculation, regardless we are students, we are teachers, we are engineering. It really helps us. Okay, so don't forget to imply this in your studies. So I think that's it. Let's meet again, and we will proceed with another presenter to present about Hijabista's data. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Okay, good to hear that. But I also want to know the progress about our vendor product, which is Hijabista. Can you briefly explain to me about Hijabista product?
Sure, sir. So, good morning everyone. I'm Ashraf, who are in charge of Hijabista brand. As you can see here, I have collected data for the past few weeks to see the amount spent of our 100 customers for the Hijabista brand. So, based on the data that I have collected and have provided to you, the amount of spend around 180 ringgit until 209 ringgit. There are 25 number of customers that have bought it, while the second highest is around 240 ringgit until 269 ringgit, which is 20%. That's the data of the highest that I have collected. Thank you everyone.
Everyone, hope you all have a great day. Ashraf here, and we're gonna continue this session by presenting you the Hijabista brand data, the vendor brand from our outlet. So the amount of spend still the same, that's starting from 150 until 329. But the number of customer, which is the frequency, is totally different. And I'm gonna present you the first table. Before we do some calculation like mean, variance, and standard deviation, we must have one table that can help us to gain the value. So that table must contain the class interval that represented by the amount of spend, the class boundaries for your revision, the frequency that represented by F, which is the number of customers, and next is the midpoint represented by XM. Also, we need the table, the frequency multiplied by XM. And also, we must have the table of frequency multiplied by XM, the power of 2. If you guys are wondering how did I get the midpoint value, well, here's the tip. You must add 2 points of any range that have it. For an example, we take the first row. The first row have a point 150 and 179. So you add that 2 point and divide it by 2, and then you will get the answer. It is the same when you use the class boundaries. You will get the same result. You must continue to search until the value of 300 and 329 so that you can calculate the mean. Also, you must sum up the frequency, which is 100. If you do not do that, you couldn't find mean. Absolutely. For the frequency multiply with midpoint table, you must multiply each one by 1, and then you must sum up the total. Alright? And then you will get 20,140. That's also the same as the frequency multiplied with midpoint, the power of 2 table. But you must remember that before you multiply, you must make the midpoint the power by 2, each and every of the value. so that there is no miscalculation occur. Now we are done with filling up the table, and here comes the most interesting part, which is the calculation of the mean, variance, and standard deviation. So the formula for mean is like this: the sum of f multiplied by xm over n, and the n is the frequency, the total number of frequency. So put it inside the formula, which is the sum of f multiplied by midpoint is 20,140 over 100, and you will get the mean value, which is the 201.4. Next calculation is involving variance. The formula will be like this, which is the sum of frequency multiplied with midpoint the power of 2 over n minus the mean power of 2. Put up the value like this, which the sum of frequency multiplied with midpoint the power of 2 is equals to 5575735 over 100 minus with 201.4 the power of 2, and then we will get the variance value, which is the 15195.39. Next, we have the standard deviation calculation. The standard deviation formula is like this, which is the standard deviation is equals to the square root of variance. Put up the value of the variance, which is 15195.39, square root the value, and then we will get the standard deviation is 123.269. So that's all about the Hijabista data. Hope you all enjoy it, and then to the next session.
Hi and Assalamualaikum to everyone. First of all, we want to apologize because both of us cannot attend the meeting with all of you today.
Yes, that's true. We are sorry because we cannot join this meeting with you all. We will be more careful after it.
So, Miss Akila, let's proceed with our meeting for today.
Okay, for sure. Okay, for the first, how about our mean sample for the percentage of difference between mean customer spend towards Checker and Hijabista brand? Can you share with us, Miss Alia?
Yes, of course. So, the percentage for the mean sample of difference between Jekyll and Hijabista brand for that the customer has spent is 0.149%. Let me demonstrate on how did I get this value. Hi, my name is Alana Jiha and I will be showing you on how to answer this question. First of all, what I did was listing out all the values that I have and denote J for Jekyll and H for Hijabista. So the mean for J is 223.8 and the standard deviation is 45.466, while H mean is 20.4 and standard deviation is 123.269. Then we can see that both brands share the same value of n, which is 100. Then we can proceed to find the sampling distribution between these two mean using the formula in this pink box. So we will have that the mean is 32.4 and the variance is 172.62. Now we can proceed to answer the question. So the question doesn't mention any values for less than, so it means that it is less than 0. For this question, we should find the probability first before finding the percentage. So we write this down as P x1 minus x2 less than 0. Then we convert it into Z, P Z less than 0 minus the mean that we got earlier and over square root of 172.62 or variance. Then we will have P Z less than negative 2.47, and note that when we have this form, we should turn it into this. And so we will have probability of Z more than 2.47. So to find the area to the right, we subtract it from 1. So from the Z score, the value for probability of Z less than 2.47 will be 0.9932. So subtracting 1 with this value, we will get 0.00676. And the percentage of the sample mean for Hijabista when it is less than the sample mean for Jekyll is 0.676%. Next, can I ask Miss Akila about the percentage for the difference between both sample mean when it is more than 20 ringgit?
Okay, for sure. Thank you, Miss Alia, for your explanation. Let's go back for the question. The percentage of difference between both sample mean for Jekyll and Hijabista when more than 20 ringgit is 17.36%. And how I calculate this percentage is
The question asked is about percentage between both sample is larger than 20 ringgit. What we have from data, for the Jekyll, the mean is 233.8 and the standard deviation is 45.466 and the number of Jekyll is 100. For the Hijabista, the mean is 201.4 and the standard deviation is 123.296 and the number is also same 100. After calculation, the sampling distribution between two mean is x1 minus x2 to the normal. Mean that we have is 32.62 and the variance is 172.62. Before we find the percentage, we need to find the probability first. Because the question is between both samples, so we need to modulus the difference between mean. Because of modulus, we need to separate into two probability. First is probability x1 minus x2 more than 20 plus probability x1 minus x2 less than negative. This is because of modulus. Modulus, we will get two values, positive and negative. Next, find the z-score to both probability. For more 20 minus 32.62 per square root of the variance 172.62. Then for the less than negative 20 minus 32.62 per square root of 172.62. And from calculation, the score that we get for greater than 20 is negative 0.94. For the less than negative 20 is negative 3.99. Because the answer is negative, we will change the sign. For more negative 0.94, we change to less than negative 0.94. And for the less than negative 3.99, we change to more than negative 3.99. For confirmation is plus or not, we need to draw the graph. So, from the graph, we can see it is too small space, so we just need to add the both. After that, from z-score table, we got 0.1736 for the more than 20 and 0.000033 for the less than negative 20. Then after addition, the answer is 0.173633. So back to the question is asked about percentage between both sample. So for percentage greater than 20 ringgit, we just need to multiply the probability 0.173633 with 100. So the final answer is 73.36%. So that's how I got the calculation. Thank you.
that's all. I hope you always satisfied with my explanation.
Wow, your value seems good and precise. Thank you for sharing with us.
Most welcome, Miss Alia. Can I ask And the last question to you, Miss Alia.
Sure, what is it, Miss Akila?
Can you share with us the percentage of difference between both samples of Jekyll and Hijabista that less than 10 ringgit?
Okay, so for the difference between both sample mean for when it is less than 10 ringgit is 95.48%. So how did I get this value? I'll be showing you in a minute. This question will also be using the same sampling distribution as the previous questions. This question states that the difference between both sample mean is less than 10 ringgit. So we write this down as P x1 minus x2 modulus is less than 10 ringgit. For when it states the difference between both sample mean, we will need a modulus. So when it has a modulus, we will write this down in this form, which is x1 minus x2 modulus is more than negative 10 and less than 10. So to convert it into Z, we will also be using in this form. So the value would be probability of Z is more than negative 3.23 and less than negative 1.70. And referring from the Z score, 1.70 will be 0.0446 and 3.23 will be 0.00064. Now we subtract the larger value with the smaller value, it will be 0.04396 and the percentage will be 4.396. So that is my calculation.
Okay, thank you, Miss Alia, for your explanation. We are enjoy with your explanation. So good explanation with the details that you shared. I think that's all from us for today. You want to add anything, Miss Alia?
No, I don't think so, Miss Akila.
Okay, Miss Alia. So I stop our explanation here, boss. I hope you satisfied with our presentation.
What a good explanation for all of you guys. You have already proved that the report that you provide to me is valid. You have already know how to calculate the sampling distribution between two samples of mean, which is our brand Jekyll and also the vendor brand, which is Hijabista Well. So after this, I assume that you all don't have issues to prove the report to me. Okay, I think that's all for our meeting today. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you, boss.
We will maintain this question until the end.
Our discussion is about to end now. I hope that you all have already known how to apply the sampling distribution of the difference between two samples of means in your daily life, based on the explanation and also discussion that we have already done just now.